guys, my nose is really clogged today. And so I picked a soap that I really enjoy the performance of, that I had on hand, that I don't use as much. It's got a nice aquatic scent, but it's not as interesting as many other options out there. We're going to use the Vikings blade. I think it's a Personna made blade. Going to keep using the Wolfman WR2 in the 75 gap. As you can see, it's got a dual comb. Really enjoying that. It did arrive to me thanks to HD Shaves with the, he's letting me try it out. And it also has the Gorilla aluminum handle. The boar brush today is that gelled boar brush from Heritage Shaving. And I've had it soaking for a little while, so let's get it back in there. Used it one time, and this is from Michael Friedberg, and I really enjoyed the softness and luxury of that brush the first time I used it, so I'm looking forward to using it again. So let's load up the razor. Vikings blade is not a blade you hear very often, but I tried it a while back, and it gave me really nice shaves. Super stainless steel, polymer coated, that's what it says. So here's that aluminum Wolfman Gorilla handle. And I'll just tilt you down so you can see kind of the gear a little better today. HD has that black nylon washer on there, or whatever material it is. It's not rubber. It's not flexible. I have more than one day of growth, and so this isn't really going to be a specific kind of test like I've been doing lately with the dual comb, you know, seeing how it could fit into my life, what purpose it might have, what are the benefits of it, you know, that sort of thing. I've been playing around. What I have discovered so far is that if I have a couple of days of growth, just the solid bar side performs really just as well as during the whole shave, as knocking down the thick growth with the open comb first and then switching to the solid bar. They're both, for me, even in this milder gap, they're both adequately suited for the task. It's not a problem. Okay, with the blade in there, this Pyrex container just happened to be what I had on hand that matched the size of this soap. I need to start adding this soap to my list of hard pucks that I recommend. One year on Black Friday, I got this on sale for like $6, a great deal. Even at $10, $12, I feel like this would be an excellent deal. It's a very aquatic, blue type of scent, and it's a large puck. It's made by Omega, and some name after it, like Classico Barberia or something like that. It'll probably be in the description of the video. It's kind of an oval shape when looked at it from the side, and it's got a ridge around it. You can see the little bump ridge that's around it. And man, even if you paid $20 for this, in terms of practical standpoint, I think this would last you so many uses that it would be well worth the money. And I'm very happy with the creamy type lather, slick lathers that I'm getting from this soap. So it's a big recommend from me, at least. All right, so let's get my face wet, and then we'll load up the soap. Now, it's a hard soap that hasn't been used in several months, and so let's do a shake a lot of the water out. 45-minute load, 45-second load. Let's just try a 30-second load and see how it works. 50 rolled around right there, so I just jumped right in. Easy to count to 20 on the next minute. You can see it's kind of quickly getting a little kind of wet and sloppy. It's okay. Sometimes this much moisture does get in the way of, pulling up soap from the puck to your brush. Hopefully it will. I don't think it will this time. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm tilting my soap over to the side while I use the brush to kind of scoop out the excess lather. I'm letting it fall down into my lather bowl. This is a tricky container when it gets all soapy. It's very slick and it's conical, and so, if you use glass containers for that purpose, then be very careful with them around your sink and stuff, lest you drop them. All right. So there's the wet, drippy stuff that came out of the bowl. Since I think, it's possible that the 30 seconds could be a little bit less load time than I want, that's why I went ahead and preserved the wet, drippy stuff. Sure looks like I'm going to have plenty of lather. I'm glad I didn't go 45 seconds. The lather's starting to feel lighter, starting to take on a little bit more of a curvy texture to its surface appearance there. It is staying with some structure there. If it climbs up on the walls, it doesn't want to fall back down. That's just one attribute to think about. Some soaps, I want to keep adding water until it no longer clings to the walls and stays up on a shelf. It falls down. But not all soaps are that way. Yeah, see, we have a more pillowy look now. I can also feel the softness changing through the brush. As I'm pushing down on it, as I'm stirring, I can feel the change in the texture. Let's go ahead and try this. I got plenty of lather. All right, get my face wet. So that was about 16 or 17 milliliters of water used to whip that up. Let's see what we have here. Feels very nice on the face. One of those that feels so good, and the slickness when you finally get your razor to it is so nice that you wonder, you know, why don't I use this soap more? So in terms of mass-produced hard puck soaps, you know, I think this is a good one. Definitely reminds you of some kind of old cologne or old aftershave. I think it's that, you know, like aqua velvet blue. But different. Almost like richer. Now this did dry out a little bit here during this first pass. As I worked it in, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the brush. I say dry out, but what I mean is that what probably happened is that it just needed a little bit more mixing, and then my own skin wetness and things like that kind of brought some variables in, and so it just needed a bit extra water. Probably means it'll be just fine on the second and third passes, because we'll be, of course, doing rinses, and that'll add a little bit of extra water as we go. Looks nice, feels great. That soft bore brush, man. It's a nice piece, a nice, really enjoyed that. All right, why don't we just do the open comb first? Oh, that's a good blade. This is more than 1 day of growth. I think it may be 2 days. And it's moving through it nicely with, it's not moving through it quite like butter, but almost. I'm feeling a little sensation of tugging, but it's almost not even worth mentioning. This blade hasn't been used very much, just I think 2 or 3 times. Yeah, you can kind of see if you could see the texture of the soap that's being left behind, it's telling me that I could have definitely added some more water to that first pass. All right, I took the brush and pressed it down into a bunch of lather there so I could kind of get a brush full again, and that's plenty. Probably enough for 2 passes. Able to be pulled up that way. Man, I think I've got 4 or 5 passes of lather still in that bowl, even after using up 2 passes on my face. All right, let's switch to the solid bar side. Wow, you can tell the open comb did a great job, nice efficient job of taking down hair. Because there's just, because it's so smooth, you can hear it's not cutting too much. There's not much hair there to grab. And it's doing it very consistently, smoothly. And the lather performance is getting better now that we're getting a little bit more water to it. This razor's smooth enough to where I almost feel like I could go against the grain in my tricky spot. All right, load up that brush again. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a wonderful lather. It's luxurious. It feels tremendous with the brush. And I've used this soap with other brushes too, so it's not just the jelly aspect of this board that's making this lather feel soft. It is a legit lather. It is just really slick. It has a nice creamy feel to it. It deserves more mentioning. And now, I'll tell you what, after rinsing, after the second pass during the rinse, my skin felt so smooth. So we're obviously just picking up a few stragglers at this point. So this is a terrific blade with this razor. I was able to get a good deal on these, and so in America they're not as easy to find, the Viking sword blades. I don't remember if I got them off eBay. But it wasn't too bad. So I think they're just another great blade to have in your inventory. Haven't used it with a ton of razors, but as far as I know, the razors I've used it with, I've been very happy. Are they just another one of Persona's labeled differently? Maybe. I sure hope not. I kind of feel a little different. Well, I've got a great shave here. Get a good rinse now. All right. After shave today, I feel like a balm. From what I have around here, and Dunshire from Stirling is a good one because my family likes the scent. It's mild. Usually there is not very much scent at all. It's patterned after Aquae. Left my face a little wet, and so easy to spread just a little bit around. In case you like balms, maybe you don't like aftershave splashes, but if any balm's a little too thick, just have a little bit of water on your face and use just a little bit of product, and so it won't it'll mitigate that kind of greasy feeling. Still give you that kind of balm protection without quite so thick of a layer. Look at how much lather I've got left. Obviously, if I was using this soap on a more regular basis, I'd be able to fine tune and not use too much. And so we're looking at 2 or 3 extra passes right here, and it's still right around my preferred level of margin, maybe a little bit less. In this case, soap is cheap because it's a hard soap that's really going to last you a long time. I mean, that lather is just creamy. It's just terrific. MDC is a hard soap, but when I hydrate it how I want, it really loses its creaminess, and it loses its really slick it's just kind of inferior. I guess it's good for people who like drier lathers. Maybe the chemistry works better that way, but I would choose this, you know, $10, $15 soap, hard soap over a puck of MDC any day, a jar of MDC. And we're looking at longevity to high levels with both of these products. Just for instance, so I'm glad I chose to use that guy today. I do have just a little bit of irritation right around here, like tenderness and stuff, but I think it'll go away in just a couple minutes, if not by the end of this recording. So there we go. A boar brush again felt terrific. You saw the lather. It's wonderful. It worked as well as it looked. Yeah, I didn't have to add any more water from here. I added a few drops, to the brush, but so 18 milliliters of water is what it took today to do that. 30 seconds of loading. That's right. The razor continues to be a favorite. This is 75 gap is definitely more along the lines of where I would like a WR2 Wolfman to be. I've got 85 gap myself, and so it has a little bit more blade feel than I might normally prefer, because what we've done here is step down from the 85 to the 75, and to me, I haven't lost any efficiency. I'm still getting great close shaves, but what I've gained is more comfort. So to me, that step is definitely worth it. And the 85 doesn't really offer me very much that the 75 doesn't give me. Efficiency just as good. That's usually the thing, where if you step down at some point, you'll get to a place where the efficiency starts to drop off, but maybe the comfort level is where you want it. And so then you have to make a choice, which is your priority. But at least right now, with the 75, I'm still getting the efficiency I want, and I get more comfort than the 85, so it's a win-win. Maybe if I step down to a 65 or something, I might start having to make that decision, but the 75 is definitely my gap for the WR2 that I've tried so far. I don't know if they get any smaller than that, but there we go. Great shave. Did get a little bit of the scent, and it's a nice little manly, traditional barber kind of aquatic. I think there are some flowers that, when combined together with certain notes, kind of give you an aquatic feel to them. I think is how they're doing that blue type scent. I'm not quite so sure what the note mix is when somebody, like with that aqua velva type, the blue type of a scent. What makes that? Maybe I'll need to research that and find out. All right, guys, you take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Hope this is a good one to help you out in some way. Have a good day.